Hello students, I'm here for your grammar class. So now we have the chapter that is chapter 19. It's on the sentence. So we are going to study the kinds of sentence here. The first one that we have is a simple sentence. So what is a simple sentence? You have to remember that simple sentence have only one finite verb and a subject and are made of one independent clause only. It has only made up only one clause and hence it has only one finite verb. Like you have I exercise daily, so here you have the verb here, the finite verb is exercise. You have only one and it has only one subject and one predicate, exercise every day. So now coming on to the second kind, we have the compound sentences, and in the compound sentence you has two or more independent clauses, two or more finite verbs, and is joined together with a coordinating conjunction. So here you have to remember that it has a coordinating conjunction. So this is the coordinating conjunction that joins the one independent clause with the principal clause. It has its own meaning, it gives its own meaning, so it is not depending on the subordinate clause like it is dependent. Like in this sentence you can see, for example, you have it was springtime and the flowers were blooming. So here you have the main clause, it was springtime, and secondly you have the main clause number 2, you have the flowers were blooming. So these two clauses are joined by and. So here we have a coordinating conjunction, that is and. So when you are coming to the compound sentences, we see that they are of two or more independent clauses. There can be more than two sentences. Here you can join one more sentence in this by a coordinating conjunction, and it has two or more finite verbs and is joined together with a coordinating conjunction, and hence it is a compound sentence. Now coming on to the third kind, we have the complex sentences. And what is a complex sentence? It has only one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. So we can see the contrast. Here we don't have any dependent clause, but rather we have in the complex sentence we have a dependent clause. It has more than one finite verb joined by a subordinating conjunction. You can see in this sentence we have the subordinating conjunction when. So in complex sentences, the two sentences, one a principal clause, the second one a dependent clause, we can say a dependent clause, and it's joined by a subordinating conjunction. So let me explain you with an example. So here you have my mother smiled when I got a prize. So you can see here my mother smiled is an independent clause, means if you take out this independent clause from the complete sentence, it will give a sense, it will give a meaning. But when you say when I got a prize, so when you say when I got a prize, this is a dependent clause, means this cannot be written altogether without this main clause. So this is depending on this main clause, and both the clauses have a finite verb and this has a finite verb, that is got, and this has a finite verb, that is smile. So we can see two clauses are there. One is not dependent, one is independent, the other one is dependent, and they both are joined by a subordinating conjunction. SC is a subordinating conjunction. So here we have these three kinds of sentences, and you have to just go through your chapter and read on, and more sentences are there, more examples are there. So if you go through those examples, it will get more clear. You have the clear idea of these three sentences. So I end up the class here saying that so we have completed with our syllabus in grammar. So this was the last chapter that I had to do, and now I'll be giving you the exercises one by one in your classes, and if I get time, I'll give you a unseen comprehension, how you have to deal with the unseen comprehension that is going to be coming in your exam. So this much from me today. Thank you.